What is up, my fellow creepers and things that go bump in the night? Welcome back to yet another episode of Creature of the Night. Happy December, guys. I hope it's going well. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you're actually staying indoors, guys. And if you're not, please wear a mask. It's still going on. Texas decided, hey, it's over. No, it's not over. It's still going on, guys. But we're almost there. 2020 is almost over. Let's fucking keep it going strong, guys, and let's get the hell out of this fucking year. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, or maybe I haven't explained it, but I'm pretty sure I have. I am pretty scared of deep water, just gigantic ocean, just, a wall of thin layer of glass, and underneath it a whole world of floating monsters. You know what I mean? You just don't know what's going to be down there. And this movie definitely goes on it, but it's not just creature. It shows you the little creatures that are in the world as well, that are in the water, the things that we cannot see and the things that can actually do damage to us. I'm speaking, of course, of 2019 sea fever.
Into the water. We're all vulnerable to get infected.
I can't see.
I want you to test all of us.
Starring Hermione Corfield, I hope I said that right, Dag Mallenberg, Jack Hickey, Owen. I'm not even gonna attempt this woman's last name. I'm just not gonna attempt it. Director Nisa Hardiman, and she actually wrote it as well, guys. Now this is one of those midnight strolls through Hulu or whatever the hell I was watching at the time. If you haven't noticed, I'll watch a lot of Hulu just because I have all the attachments on there. Not bragging or nothing like that, but I can watch every single movie over and over again. I could watch every single movie and probably not reach it, within a year. Finish everything within a year. But yeah, I saw it. Kind of read the description. It sounded interesting. Got a kind of a little cabin fever type of feel from it. But after watching it, yeah, it's pretty crazy, guys. I do highly recommend it. This gets like a good 7 out of 10 for me. A thumbs up at least. So essentially, it's this student who's always trapped in the lab. She's one of those people. She's an introvert. She doesn't really like to interact with people. But her professor actually sends her out on a mission to go study the sea life, in the real world, not just behind a microscope. And so she joins up with this team, this fisherman team, to go out there. I guess they're going, and she needs to go to a specific area or something like that, and they're gonna pass it. So yeah, why not? Well, as they're going to their area, the Coast Guard lets them know, hey, you need to stay out of this, along the way they're going, you need to stay out of this area because it's closed down, it's confined, you just need to stay away from there. Obviously, there's, we've seen movies, we've seen a lot of horror movies. People are not going to listen. I guess the co-captain or whatever, he decides to drive through it, and they actually get stuck in the center of this quarantine zone. And they don't know why. They're in the middle of the sea, but they cannot move for some reason. And that's when they start noticing in the bowels of the ship that the texture and of the wood of the ship is actually changing, and it looks like something is trying to get through. And they go up and feel the wood, and they tear it back because it's leaking ooze and stuff like that. That's a big heads up. Why would you go touch something that's it's oozing some kind of foreign liquid? Why would you go up and touch it? But anyway, they tear back the already dead wood, and they see suction cups at the bottom of it. Me thinking it, I'm like, okay, maybe it's a giant squid or something like that. But why would they? What kind of liquid they would excrete that would eat up the wood and penetrate the boat. So the the student actually has to go down in the sea. Just seeing it already made me even thinking about it just made me hyperventilate. Just that deep, open, blue, dark water. Anyway, but when she goes down there, it's not dark. Something is giving off light, and she sees these suction cups and these tentacles attached to these suction cups that are going down because they think it's barnacles. So they give her a knife to go tear it off, and she sees that it goes all the way down deep into the ocean, where she sees a giant. It looks like just a giant opening, like maybe a mouth or maybe another suction cup with many tentacles coming out of it or something like that. But it's all one organism, and they start attacking her, and luckily she gets out of the water. One of the crew members who actually had a cut on his finger goes up and touches the ooze, and we later find out that he actually gets infected. He slowly starts losing his eyesight. Whatever entered his body through that ooze, through that cut, has made its way into his eyes. They actually shine a light into his eye, and they can see through his pupil these things swimming around. And eventually, they blow out their eyes and make their way out. And it's these slug type things, or I don't. It's really weird. Like I was like, okay, so it is kind of like that cabin fever feel. Like I said, they're getting slowly infected. They're slowly losing crew members as they go along, and they, obviously, until they say, what, I can't see, people are playing it off. They don't want to let other people know that they're infected. And so the ones that had already escaped through the first victim's eyes are in the drain, they're in the pipe, they're in the fresh water of the ship, so nobody can really drink or anything. And as they're noticing, as time goes on, they're supposed to be slowly dying. Like, oh, they're in fresh water, they're out of seawater. They're supposed to slowly die. No, they do not. They kind of join up to make one organism, and it eats its way out through the bottom of the ship. And eventually, they're just gonna have to set the ship on fire and try to make a great escape from it. Yeah, guys, it's really weird. I don't know. It gives off a squid type of feel. It gives off a jellyfish type of feel just because of the way it's going and how it gives off the ambient light and stuff like that. Eventually, it's down to two crew members, the student and another person who's actually having a baby. He needs to get back to land, to his wife and to his future family. But he gets yanked down. But before he can get infected, the student goes down and rescues him. But she gets cut, and now she's infected, and she sacrifices herself. She swims towards the bottom, towards the new creature, and lets it devour her so he can get away. It was very interesting, guys. Like I said, cabin fever feel. That's the only way I can describe it. Is you don't know who's infected. You don't want to drink water. You don't want to touch anything. You don't want to get a cut. You just don't want this. Even though they are life, you don't want this disease, this virus to get into your body and then, give birth to more creatures or wherever the hell it is. And I'm not going to lie, maybe a 7 out of 10 was too much, because now that I'm thinking about it, maybe a 5 out of, 7 out of 10, maybe 5 out of 10 is more better, just because I really, besides the guy who was going to have a kid, a kid on the way, I really didn't really relate to anybody. I really didn't care when certain people started dying. It kind of made you mad. The student really made you mad, and she was a star. She wanted to save this creature's life because it was unique. So I don't give a shit how unique it is or whatever. I just, it's fucking killing people. You need to kill it. You need to do whatever you can to kill this fucking thing. Don't let it live. I'm sorry. But yeah, guys, I do recommend it. Let me know what y'all thought about the film. Comment below. Obviously I do play the trailer through these videos. I'll leave a link to that trailer so y'all can check it out. Even I know there's some people that actually can watch the trailer and let me know if it's a good movie. There's those people that with gifts, but if you do check it out, let me know what you thought about it, guys. Again, Sea Fever. Hey guys, hope you're having a great December. Just be safe out there, guys, and always remember, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Rock on, guys.